Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the KMN 1971 back with my monthly comic book haul. I just wanted to quickly say thank you to everyone that took the time to watch my last comic book collection spotlight video. From filler to thriller. There will definitely be a volume 2 coming out within the next month. I just didn't want to make the video so long, and in the 2 short weeks since I've shot that video, there's been a lot of other books that have spiked, so it's great. The only thing better than the hunt is the dig, just digging them out of my long boxes. So, and I'd also want to just say thank you to all the new subscribers that jumped onto the channel. Hopefully, I can keep you all entertained. So, as I usually tend to do, I'm going to kick it off with the current books that I picked off the rack and segue into the back issues. So, and what a great month it was for monthly comics. We had the kickoff of Absolute Carnage. We have City of Bane going on, Immortal Hulk, House of X, Powers of 10, so much good stuff. And the return of two premier fan favorite superhero teams from DC Comics. A lot of stuff to cover, so let's just jump right on in. Absolute Carnage, number 1. Isn't it refreshing when a big event book actually lives up to it? So great writing, great art, great characters. That's all I can ask for. So number 1, number 2, Venom number 17, which I actually haven't read as of yet. I pick up my comics on a Saturday, so. House of X number 2, definitely the read of the month. It's been a long time since I picked up a comic book and reread it just to see what I was missing, because this one was a head scratcher at first, but loved it. House of X number 3, Powers of 10 number 2, and Powers of 10 number 3. The X-Men are back. Been waiting to say that for years. Immortal Hulk, enough said. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 8, continuing on the quote-unquote Death of Rocket Raccoon storyline. Love it. This is Donny Cates doesn't get enough credit for this title. And Star Wars number 70, which I've just read that it will be coming to an end. The series will be coming to an end with issue number 75. So I'm wondering if it's because that the trilogy will be ending in December, and maybe Marvel will just kick off another Star Wars series featuring the new characters like Rey and Kylo. Who knows? I'll definitely be with this title till the end, though. Kicking off with some of my DC pickups. Batman number 76, City of Bane. Great read. And of course, the polarizing, controversial, hot Batman number 77, featuring a death in the Bat family. And I call red herring, I call bait and switch. I don't believe any kind of death when the Psycho Pirate is involved in the storyline. Just saying. I'm not saying that the character did not die, but I will not be totally shocked at all to find out that this character is alive. And even if he is dead, he'll be brought back within, 1 to 5 years, tops. Cover of the month, Catwoman number 14. I'm very proud of myself cutting down on the cover grabs. This was my only cover grab, and this is the first time that my pull list has only been 18 titles for the month. So, getting there. Justice League number 29, continue on with the Year of the Villain, which there's aspects of this that I like, and then there's aspects of it that I just find corny. And this issue in particular, Batman gives this Superman-level, cringe-worthy, corny speech to Starro. I mean, I could see Superman giving that kind of speech, but Batman, that was messed up, man. Justice League number 30, which in case you haven't heard yet, spoiler alert, or just click on through until you don't see this comic anymore, features the long-awaited return of the Justice Society of America. Yes, I am psyched. So, great title. Even with the little cheesiness here and there, it's definitely one of my favorite pickups. Speaking of which, Superman number 14, which, once again, if you don't want to be spoiled, just click on through until you don't see this title anymore. This features the long-awaited return of the Legion of Superheroes. They've been retconned yet again. This time it's a Bendis version, and some of them have changed ethnicities, but I'm willing to give it a whirl. I mean, I love the Legion of Superheroes. They're one of my favorite teams, and it's one of those things that, the Paul Levitz, Keith Giffen run back in the 1980s. I consider that one of my all-time favorite runs, and I just keep on going back to the Legion, trying to recapture that feeling, but no one's come close as of yet. But I'll give it a whirl. The Green Lantern number 10. I guess this title will also be coming to an end with issue number 12. I thought it was initially issue 13, but I guess issue number 12 will be the end, and then there will be a mini-series that will be in some kind of alternate reality that I'll most likely skip over, and then I'll just jump right back on when they restart this title, which they eventually will. But best way to describe this title, just Grant Morrison being wonderfully weird. Great stuff. And Liam Sharp's best artwork to date, in my opinion. Ending off with the current books, Die number 6, which is my favorite new title and one of my current favorite reads, period. That's all I can say. Little jumbled up right there, but great title. All right, getting on into the back issues. Starting off with some of the cheap stuff. Uncanny X-Men number 305, which features the a loose cameo appearance of the Phalanx, which ended up getting a little hot due to the House of X Powers of 10 storyline. This was during an era of the X-Men that I was not impressed with, so I did not own this book. So picked it up for, I think, like maybe $2. Another book that used to be hot when I first started watching YouTube comic book haul videos back in the day, before the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, first one, came out. So that'll tell you how long ago that was. But this features the first appearance of Korak the Pursuer, just another cheap first appearance, Marvel Cosmic character. Why the heck not? Amazing Spider-Man number 248, another ASM off my list. And this was featured way back in the day in Wizard magazine and was... They said that this was one of the best Spider-Man stories ever. So I haven't read it, so had to have it. Amazing Spider-Man number 255, the first appearance of the Silver Fox. Anytime I can get a cheap Spider-Man related first appearance, I'm all in. More cheap spec, Vision and the Scarlet Witch number 1, which was the first time that the Vision and Scarlet Witch had their own title. I guess the more sought-after issue is actually issue number 12. But this was also a nice little nostalgia buzz, because I used to own this book back in the day when it first came out. When was it? 1982, so that means I was either 10 or 11, depending on which month this came out. So, really cool. And only $1.50. Secret Wars 2, number 3, more cheap spec. I only paid $3 for this, but kind of kicking myself in the butt for it, because I ended up finding a pile of these at one of my comic book shops, like 6 of them for $1. So I'll probably pick those up. Speculation on this is the first appearance of the Beyonder in physical form. He did appear in Secret Wars 1 via voiceover, but this is the first time he took a physical form, and for some reason of David Hasselhoff. I don't know why. But there is spec behind this character for a potential big bad in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and most likely Phase 5, but we'll see. The Nan number 1, just a Copper Age premiere issue that I've always wanted, and I'm a big fan of Michael Golden artwork. Kind of like Power Pack, Dakota North number 1 is a comic that I passed over for years and years and years, but I heard recently rumors that this is going to become a series on ABC. So for $3, why the heck not? Another cheap first appearance. Spider-Woman number 2, first appearance of Morgan Le Fay since the Golden Age. I want to say it's more of a cameo appearance, though. Love my last issues. Here's Spider-Woman number 50, last issue. Because of the Titans show that I just geeked out on Blu-ray a couple of weeks ago, I've been kind of reinvigorated with my love for the Titans. So I've been going out and upgrading issues and grabbing like little first appearances here and there on the cheap. So here's the New Teen Titans from Volume 2, number 20. And this is the first appearance of Jason Todd. This is the first time that Jason Todd joins the Titans, rather. Hawk and Dove, number 1. And this is the first appearance of the second Dove. Once again, I would have never sought this book out, especially with, Liefeld on art, but that Titan series has got me hooked. More Titans goodness. The New Teen Titans from Volume 1, number 5, and this is the first appearance of Trigon. and the New Teen Titans number 21, which has almost like a trifecta in here. It has the first appearance of Brother Blood, first appearance of Mother Mayhem, which would have been a great wrestling name, and the first appearance of Night Force in the 16-page preview. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to these previews that were featured in DC Comics in the 1980s. I realize nowadays a preview is basically like 5 or 6 pages from an upcoming comic book that is yet to be released, but these previews featured original content. So, I mean, even if you go, like, some of these older previews, or anything that has preview in the name, there's a lot of confusion. If you go to the Key Collector app, they have Marvel Preview number 4 listed as a preview of Star-Lord. And anyone knows, that is the first appearance of Star-Lord. It's not a preview magazine, it's just a magazine that features original content in black and white. If anyone could give them the heads up about that, that'd be appreciated. So, these DC previews from the 1980s, just keep that in mind. Original content. I want to say there was an original Masters of the Universe story, Night Force, Blue Devil, Amethyst, and of course the most famous one, the first appearance of the New Teen Titans in DC Comics Presents. So keep an eye out for those. And be on the lookout for a Titans Spotlight, comic book collection Spotlight video sometime before the end of the year. Alright, moving on. Let me grab another stack here. Getting into some of the better stuff. Hellboy, Box Full of Evil, number 1. First appearance of Lobster Johnson. Man, before the movie dropped, this was like a $40 book. And I picked it up for, well, I picked this and issue number 2 up for, I think it was like $20, all in. So, really cool. Got a lot of, well, not a lot, but several of the Red Sonja cover issues that I've wanted for a while. So here's Red Sonja number 3. Beautiful cover by Del Otto. Some Adam Hughes goodness. Red Sonja number 8. My personal favorite. Red Sonja number 4 by the incredible Jenny Frison. And I'm torn. I don't know if that's my favorite because I really, really like this one too. Savage Tales number 1 by, is it Arthur Sudam or Soydam? I can never pronounce his name correctly. So, beautiful. Just, wow. Wow! Thor number 200. I'm a sucker for a Bronze Age anniversary issue. And it was a nice surprise to find out that this was written by Stan the Man Lee. Cool. Now, is this Stan the Man Lee's last Thor story? I'm not sure. So, someone, I'll have to look it up, actually. My second copy and an upgrade, Weird War Tales number 93, first appearance of the Creature Commandos. X-Men Worlds Apart. I've always loved this J. Scott Campbell Storm cover. Look, I am a fan of J. Scott Campbell. I'm just not a fan of the J. Scott Campbell prices for the most part. Finally snagged a copy of Ultimate X-Men number 1, first appearance of the Ultimate Wolverine, who is now deceased, but still. As an X-Men fan and as a Wolverine fan, I was kind of surprised I never had this. This used to be a super hot book back in the day, and I want to say I got this for like maybe $7 or $8. And speaking of Wolverine, shout out to Vin Crew for showing this off in one of his hauls. This is Wolverine 30th Anniversary edition. Special from Wizard Magazine back in the day. This has every Wolverine appearance listed in their price guide from like the 1970s up to like maybe 2006. And for any Wolverine fan, it can't hurt to have this in your collection. I think I picked this up for like $8 in mint condition. You can probably find it cheaper, but super cool. Highly recommended for any Wolverine fans out there. All right. As we all know now, after the Disney announcements about the Disney streaming service, holy cow, these books have kind of taken off. So these are the Captain America issues that I ended up picking up a couple of weeks ago at a sale. So Captain America number 354, which features these tough black covers, and both of I picked up one for like $2, and then I picked up another one for like $5. So not a bad deal whatsoever. and that is the first appearance of John Walker as the U.S. agent. I would also highly recommend picking this issue up, Captain America number 333, and this is the first time that John Walker becomes Captain America. So I will go with 323, the first appearance of John Walker, 333 when he officially becomes Captain America, and then 354 where he ends up becoming the U.S. agent. And I also ended up picking up 2 copies of Captain America and Falcon number 192. That's probably like a fine copy. I mean, really nice, but it has a little puncture in the back cover. And this one's probably VF minus, and I paid like $1.50 for this at that sale. And this features the first appearance. Oh, I figured her name, but she ends up becoming Moonstone, the character Moonstone. So I just picked up Moonstone's first appearance, so I wanted to get her her secret identity, or her alias, her true first appearance, I guess, in 192 is what I'm trying to say. Oh. And as you saw in that last comic book collection spotlight video, I also picked up another copy of my second copy of Defenders number 84, which is the direct edition. And I noticed when they were in those, really old bags, so those books did not look as good. So as you can see, very fine to near mint copy. And also Marvel Fanfare number 11, another very fine to near mint copy, first appearance of the Iron Maiden. And speaking of Black Widow, man, now I just made a video saying, watch out, don't pay for those eBay prices, right? So, of course, I get caught up in a little hype, and I ended up paying some eBay prices. So, I got bit by the speculation bug, and I went on a little spending spree. It's not often that I'll spend like $90 on a character that I'm not very familiar with and I'm just speculating on, but I did it. So, here's Inhumans number 5. And this is the first cameo appearance of the second Black Widow, Yelena. Oh, I figured her last name. Something very Russian. So, picked this up, and this was around like $30. Then I ended up finding a VF copy online for, I want to say, $33. And this is the variant edition and the first cover appearance of the second Black Widow. And then, as soon as that book was delivered, of course, I ended up finding a lot of... well, I'll just show you. So I ended up finding the whole miniseries. Number 1 of the standard cover. Oops. Number 2. Number 3. And an even better, like, near mint copy of the variant for $35. So, yeah. The whole reason I'm speculating on this character, and to be honest with you, while I'm on the subject, I'm not really crazy about the Marvel Phase 4 movie lineup, to be honest. I'm kind of looking forward to Doctor Strange the most, and maybe Thor, Love and Thunder, but the rest of them, I could take or leave. But I think what they're doing in the upcoming Black Widow movie will be passing the mantle from Scarlett Johansson to this new actress, so they can have a new Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward. Could be right, could be wrong, we'll see. But beautiful. And J.G. Jones, how this guy never became a superstar artist is beyond me. Probably just not, like, he kind of fell off the map after Final Crisis. But his art knocks it out of the park in this series. Alright, moving on. I ended up picking up a copy of the Joker hardcover graphic novel, first print. This was around like $20-25. This is in VF condition. There is a little scuff on the dust jacket up there, but really cool. And for Batman fans, Joker fans, I would definitely check it out. Word on the street is the upcoming Joker movie is a masterpiece, man, and it looks good. So really looking forward to that. Okay, and to finish it off, I ended up picking up, well, we have one Hulk, the Incredible Hulk number 182, which is, of course, the second cameo of Wolverine. So really pleased to pick that up. I want to say this is in very fine plus condition, and I paid $70 for it. Really happy with that price. I thought that was a really good deal. Now the reason I picked that up is every year I allow myself to pick up one big book. And this year's big book was Incredible Hulk, number 180, the most expensive cameo out there, of the Bronze Age at least, anyway. So, wanted this book for a long time. I'm a huge Wolverine fan, and this book just keeps on going up and up and up. And I figure with 181 being out of a lot of people's ranges right now, including mine, that this would be the next best thing, and people will eventually start gravitating towards it, because this is technically the first time that Wolverine appeared in a comic book. So, as a Wolverine fan, had to have it. It is definitely probably my pickup of the year, and I am psyched. This one is in probably VF to VF minus condition. So, out of the big three, the 181 is probably it's probably only a 6.0. So, but what a way to end the year. I really wanted to, this was one of the major goals that I wanted to complete for this year, as well as completing the original Silver Surfer Galactus story of Fantastic Four 48 through 50. That won't be happening. I'm lucky enough to have an issue of 48. So, but with this, let me just end with something that makes an image that will make me very happy. And there we go. That is something, to quote Thanos, that puts a smile on my face. So thank you all for watching, liking, subscribing. I will be back in a couple of weeks with another comic book collection spotlight video. Sorry for the shaky hands, and have a great weekend. Take care. See ya.